Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Nerd Rant. I'm Dr. Zombrain, also known as I don't know anymore. I'm losing all of my sanity.
You had sanity in the first place?
That's the joke!
Oh, it's so funny. Hi, I'm JJ, aka Junior Wolf.
And this is Nerd Rant.
I don't even know what that was. We're gonna move on. For today, we're gonna be talking about
Everything.
literally everything. Upcoming stuff, the future, for both
Because if you listen to our last
television
one,
and gaming.
I said I'm going away. So this is our best case to make sure we just kind of generally talk, give a sentence or two on upcoming stuff, and some of our opening thoughts and wishes on new content coming out.
Seth is leaving me for the summer, and so we're going to talk
I'm so
about what
excited.
is coming over the summer and see how all of that goes.
Yes, that is happening.
Yep.
Thing.
Yep. So you want to start with movies or TV shows? Oh, wait, no. Wait,
You're
hold
stupid.
up.
You're
I
stupid.
am stupid. We know this. So Seth is... Okay, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to set a timer for 6 minutes.
6
And
minutes?
you have,
okay, I want to
you
cover
have
all
6
as
minutes
much anime
to cover
and
all of the
content.
anime coming
It's
out
not
this
all
summer.
of them. It's not all of them. There's literally over 100.
Oh, well, in that case...
Anime's a lot. It's just
5
some major
minutes.
ones. No, I'm not.
5
I'm covering the
minutes.
major ones that people
You got-
actually care about.
5 minutes.
Unless, hold up, give me 2 seconds. Unless you care about Cran Shinchin
Yes, I do.
or a new season of Detective Conan, which came out in 1990. It has like 6,000 episodes.
Cool, bro. Okay, so
Anyway, you ready?
5 minutes, go.
All right, so first off, Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2. Love that show. That's going to be coming back this summer, along with Bleach. The second cour of Bleach is also going to be coming out this summer. That's coming out in July. Both of them. July 6th for Jujutsu Kaisen. July, we don't know yet, for Bleach. There's also been a new #1 anime that is coming out right now, and it's still going to be airing. It's called Oshino. It looks great, also known as All-Star. I'm watching that. Love the anticipation, the thriller of it all. It's great. Love the animation. We also have Black Clover coming out. Sometime this year, we're getting One Piece live action. I don't know when that's happening from Netflix, but that's a thing. Maybe summer, maybe not. I do not know. Along with, this kind of got canceled, but I don't know exactly when the date is. Misfit of the Demon King Castle Season 2, that's going to be coming later back. It's going to be redone, Season 2. So I'm looking forward to that. And then let's look. Of course, my anime list shut down, so there's some other ones. Just quickly looking if anything stands out. Liar, Liar, that kind of, from the image, it kind of reminds me of No Game, No Life. That looks cool. It's coming out in July as well. I did see, it looks like there's going to be a new Fate show or special, so that looks really cool. I don't know Fate, but, you know, it's pretty big franchise. If somebody understands it, can you explain to me? It looks like there's going to be a fantasy isekai with a vending machine. That looks great. There's also right now coming out Eden Zero, loving that. Dr. Stone coming out right now as well. A New World, Eden Zero Season 2. Let's see, TV premiere. Yeah, I think that's like the major stuff that I wanted to point out and
Got a
say.
minute 20 left.
Minute 20 left. Okay. I forget. I said Black Clover movie, right? Black Clover, that's been canceled, but the movie itself coming out, that's right. Spy X Family, that's also going to be coming back this year with a movie. Love that show. It's really fun and wholesome. That's going to be coming back.
What do you hope gets announced over the summer?
What do I hope gets announced? That's with One Piece. I just remembered. The Gear 5 should be animated in the next month or so. And what do I hope gets announced? Obviously, more Black Clover content, because I love that. It's been on hiatus for like a year and a half now. Maybe JoJo. Maybe a new season of JoJo getting confirmed.
Okay.
I know it's kind of working on. There's a lot of horses, and from what everyone's been telling me, horses are a pain in the butt to animate.
Live action One Piece?
I said that.
Did you?
Yeah, I said we don't know yet, but it could be coming out in the summer.
Okay.
That's it.
Wow, you had 20 seconds left, bro.
There's literally, I can just list them, but I also don't know how to say any of them because they're like really weird names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just for the effect, we're gonna...
Okay.
Do you hear it?
No.
Oh, I guess it's not coming across.
No.
I played a timer sound effect.
Okay. put that in editing or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it would definitely.
Anyway, yeah.
All right,
So
cool.
some of
So
the
that's,
anime news and stuff
yeah.
that I want to talk about.
I knew
specifically
nothing
for the
about
summer,
that, so
yeah.
I was like,
I do want to
yeah,
specify
go for
that's
it.
mostly summer season. So ending in August or so. A lot of that's coming out in July, and then some hopeful like announcements like One Piece, which we don't know. Yeah. Okay. Do you want to talk about games or movies and shows?
Let's go for movies.
Movies.
So I have 10 movies pulled up here that look like the most interesting and the most important over the next few months. I think I go up to, I have one from November, but
Okay. Before
all right.
anything, I was looking through one of the show ones and it has a movie on it. Did you ever watch Extraction?
No, but I saw it.
Extraction 2 is coming out in
Oh.
July. Yes.
Dang, cool.
That's it. That was the movie I
Awesome.
wanted to tell you. It has Chris Hemsworth, also known as
Okay.
Thor. So that's pretty cool. June
All right, so
16th.
I have these in chronological order, so we'll start with like the one coming out the soonest.
Okay.
I just went to the IMDb movies coming out soon. One of them is Transformers: Rise of the Beasts.
Oh,
Have
yeah.
You've seen Transformers movies, right?
A good bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember care too much, but I know of it.
I'm not a huge Transformers fan, but I do know that the Transformers community, which apparently exists for some reason, they very, very highly enjoy the Beast side of the Transformers, like all the Transformers that turn into animals
my friend
and whatnot.
that lives in Colorado, he has an uncle, and he has an entire room filled with Transformer collectibles that are like 3 feet tall and hundreds of
See,
dollars.
I feel like there's a lot of Transformers fans out there, but like if you are a Transformers fan, you're a big Transformers fan.
there is no, I just like Transformers.
Yeah. It's like you either love it or you don't care.
Oh yeah, Knights of the Zodiac. That's looks like it
Fair.
should be coming out really soon. I don't know. That just seemed interesting. Weird.
But yeah, Rise of the Beast is coming. It looks interesting. I'm gonna watch it if it's free somewhere, probably, because I did like the first Transformers movie, and some of them
Yeah,
after
it's
that
one of those
were
movies
okay.
that like if I can watch it, I'll watch it, but I'm not gonna spend money or go out of my way to watch it.
What I'm mainly excited to see is like the Transformers movies already had impressive visuals way back when they were made, but I'm
Yeah.
excited to see it now. Like even in the trailer, there's one scene where you just get to see the transformation of one. It's so smooth. So I'm excited to see how that goes.
Yeah.
Okay. Second up, Across the Spider-Verse.
Let's go.
That is coming out. That I guarantee you, everybody's hyped for this. Like, there's not a
I-
single person who's not
Do you
excited
know what I'm
for
gonna be
this.
doing so hard during orientation? I'm
Um,
going to be making friends. No, because orientation starts the 6th. So I need to make friends day 1 who could then take me to the theater on the weekend and we could go watch it.
bruh.
Because I'm going to be down multiple states away. I'm not going to know the place. I do not have a vehicle. So I need to make friends as fast as possible who also like Spider-Man and go watch it.
Yes, it is going to be fan-freaking-tastic. It's 2 hours and 20 minutes.
2 hours and 20 minutes.
So it is a long movie.
that is real.
And it's part
And with
1
those-
of 2.
With the visuals and the comedy, because in like this kind of comedy is like just amazing. It's fluid. It's not like super corny or dad jokey.
Yeah. And you thought there were a lot of universes they visited in the first one, like flashes and stuff. There's a Lego universe. There is a scene where it's
Let's go.
Lego. Like, this is going to be genuinely fantastic.
This is gonna
I
be great.
cannot wait.
And did you say Flash's universe?
No, flashes. I meant flashes of universes.
Okay. I was like,
No.
that
That
was
was
Justice
DC.
League.
Yeah,
That is
no.
not. I thought about that. I'm like, wait, no, they didn't.
Yeah,
no. Okay.
But yeah, that one's coming. That one's like
Definitely
probably my
hype.
most
Absolutely hype.
anticipated movie.
Of the year.
Yeah.
Of the year.
Next up, Elemental, Pixar movie. Have you seen anything about it?
I have. We'll see. It looks very tropey. Very tropey.
It looks to me like it's going to be going back to like some more of what Pixar is known for, which is good to me. I think visually it's going to be a very interesting movie, but yes,
well,
it does
visually,
look
I'm excited,
tropey
but it just seems
and-
very tropey. So we'll see. It reminds me a lot of Inside Out.
Mhm. My fear is I can very much see like I see them injecting a lot of politics into this movie because certain elements being with other elements, that's completely wrong. It's society commentary and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see what happens with that. It has potential, but not my most excited movie.
I have seen it, but like I said, it's just not, especially with Disney and Pixar as a whole, all those types of movies, they just haven't really been hitting like the old days of Toy Story or something.
Yeah.
So
Next up, there's a Stan Lee documentary coming out on Disney Plus, June 16th. I'm very excited to see this actually, because
cool.
I know Stan Lee, but I don't think I know his story fully. I've seen like the clips of him saying stuff.
I've seen a lot of like, because I think he seems like a pretty cool guy, like a decent human being.
Yeah.
But it'll be cool. I'm guessing it would make sense if there's also some of the birth of some of the Marvel characters that he's made too within the documentary, which would be really cool to see a little bit, like a few minutes of how Spider-Man came to be.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that. I'm definitely gonna watch it, and it'll be nice to have some insight into who he was.
Yep.
All right. Next up, the Flash movie.
I'm so scared.
I am not scared. I am surprised. Have you seen the reviews coming out?
No, is it good? Are they good?
They did
reviews?
pre-screenings, and everyone says it is the best superhero movie we have gotten in the past, 3 years.
Okay.
That confuses me, because one, this is a
looks
DC
really weird.
movie.
Yeah, DC. Supergirl, why the hell is Zod Superman's, kryptonite brother? The Flash villain. Not Captain Cold, not Reverse Flash. Not Zoom, Zod.
And they put Batman and Supergirl in this movie.
And they're the OG Batman. What?
I don't understand what they plan on doing with this.
It's just also the actor for the Flash. I'm not looking for it. I don't care. I'm gonna watch it though because it hopefully will explain the reset when the movies start getting good.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see. I have hope for it now, though, with all the reviews coming out. People
I'm still
these are people who were not excited for this movie at all, knowing it was probably going to be terrible. They preview it and they're like, "Wow, that was actually a great movie."
I'm gonna go on it very skeptical and very just cautious.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's good. I do hope it's good. But just Zod, Supergirl, just DC as a whole just hasn't really been hitting anything, right?
Yeah.
What? Anyway.
Yeah. All right. Next up, we have Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Okay, I just randomly see apparently a movie coming out this year is God is a Bullet. That sounds weird. Anyway, Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, the final chapter in the Indiana Jones story arc, whatever you want to call it. That comes out June 30th. I'm genuinely really excited for this. Harrison Ford, if you don't know, he doesn't agree to do roles unless he is genuinely invested in the story that they have to tell. And as far as we know, he was done with Indiana Jones. He thought, okay, he had a conclusion. I'm done with that character. Then they come to him with this script, and he was fully on board. He was excited to do this movie, which gets me excited because I trust his judgment. Because he was not very much wanting to do the Star Wars movies. He was like, I don't know if this is a good idea. I don't think that's a good way to go with the character, but you're paying me a butt ton, so I'm going to do it. But he was very vocal about not agreeing with the way they took the character. Now, this one, he's like, I absolutely love how this movie went. At one of the Disney showcases, he literally cried on stage while talking about it because he felt like it was such a good way to end off the character. Yeah.
So that sounds interesting. Definitely keep that in mind.
Yeah, I'm so excited for this.
End of June, again. That was June 30th.
And little side note, Lego Traveler's Tale Games has another big AAA Lego game coming out for a AAA IP. We don't know what that is, but it was supposed to be Q3 of this year that was at least going to be announced. And that would fall into Q3, and a Lego Indiana Jones was one of their biggest games, so having a new movie come out is justification to redo the whole series like they did with Star Wars.
Cool.
So maybe new Lego
there we go, for a new game. That could be cool too.
Next up, Barbie, July 21st. I know what you're going to say. Why would you anticipate this movie at all?
Is this the one with like the Barbie has a gun thing?
What?
There's an audio on YouTube Shorts and TikTok and stuff. It's like, it's really funny. If you guys know, you know.
Okay. Anyways.
Is it not a horror? Is that a horror murder mystery?
The Barbie movie. Have you not seen the trailer, Richie?
No.
Oh gosh. Okay. I'll have to show you
Will
after.
Ferrell's there, so that should be cool.
Yeah. This is I should not be excited for this movie, but I am.
Be.
And it's because, little fun fact, the script for this movie was written in perspective as if it was a, like, child playing with the Barbies. You can see in the trailer, there's a scene where he's like, I'm gonna come over and stay the night at your house. And she's like, to do what? And he's like, I actually don't know. It's like, it feels like this movie is actually going to be funny and
So
not
like
politically tainted. It sounds like a fun Hollywood movie for once.
Corny. Funny, corny. Yeah.
Yes, it is going to be corny and cheesy, and it's going to be so great. They have a star-studded cast, too, like Ryan Gosling, Margaret Robbie,
Ferrell.
like,
that's a
big
name.
stars. Yeah.
Anything else? I guess we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
I didn't hear anything about it.
Yeah.
Before we continue though, I'm just scrolling through the list and trying to attach where you are. There's another movie coming out July 14th, The YouTube Effect. It's a documentary. I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
Interesting.
I just seen the name. If it's a documentary on YouTube, could be pretty cool.
Have you seen the trailer for Blue Beetle?
I have not.
All right, that comes out August 18th, and it is a DC movie.
Yes.
I believe it's Elseworlds. I don't think it's going to be linked into their main universe. I'll have to check that again, though, just to see.
Keep talking. I can pull up the graphic that you sent me with all the movies.
But it is about this thing like Deadpool kind of humor, like kind of quippy, like almost like Spider-Man while he's fighting, like really funny hero. But they're taking it in a different direction in terms of what the hero actually is composed of. In the comics, it was... I'm not an expert on the character, but I believe he was just kind of like another fighting hero with some tech, but they're like going full Iron Man with this now. Like he has a full like tech suit, and apparently it's this beetle that's like meant to be a protector of the host and like something like that. But it looks really cool and it looks funny. And usually when I see a DC trailer, I'm like, uh-oh, this is not gonna end well. But I saw this in the theater and I was like, that actually looks like a good DC movie. I'm excited for this one.
All right. This says it is DC EU.
Okay, so extended universe.
So not the new one, the reset, right?
But it comes out after the Flash.
It does.
Interesting.
Did you forget that we had this whole talk?
No. But like it's weird. But yeah, I'm excited to see that one. I hope DC does well with it.
Again, just like the Flash, I'll watch it, but I'm just very skeptical because just DC hasn't done well with the thing really lately.
Yeah.
So skeptical.
Yeah. Next up, we have November 10th. Bit out there, but The Marvels. That is coming. I like the characters. I don't know what they're gonna do with it. I'm concerned because Marvel is kind of going downhill a little bit.
It is.
Apparently, Guardians got good reviews though.
Oh yeah, Guardians I've heard is great. My friend friend watched it and he said it's fantastic. Speaking of Marvel, Kraven the Hunter. October.
Yeah, that is also happening. I
didn't mention
not
that.
Really excited for that one at all.
Kraven, I remember Kraven from Ultimate Spider-Man, so he seemed pretty cool. I don't know much about the different versions of him, comic version, but I did like him as a character.
Yeah, I think they said that one's going to be rated R.
Okay. Makes sense. Probably more for like language and gore. Because he's a hunter. Stabbing
and then,
people.
Honorable mention, final one, November 17th, Hunger Games Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
JJ, you also didn't talk about FNAF. What are you doing? You didn't mention the FNAF
Of course I didn't
movie.
talk about FNAF. Why would I talk about FNAF?
I don't know.
What? what do we have for it? Nothing. We have nothing.
It's happening. We haven't really mentioned it in our podcast,
It is, yes, it is happening. We've known that for 8
October.
years now.
but it's actually like been made. It has a release date, October 27th.
Cool. That's there.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
again, just to mention, these are some movies coming out.
Yeah.
So, but Ballad of a Songbird and Snakes, yes.
Yep. Hunger Games prequel. It is coming. Looks. I enjoyed. I haven't finished the book yet. I got through like the first half and then fell asleep.
Yeah, I read like a half, and I'm waiting for my boss to give it. Not my boss, my coworker to give it back because I lent it to her so she can read it. She didn't know it was a thing. I'm planning on reading it over the summer, and if you guys want to know the differences between the movie, because I'm gonna watch this day one. Because I really
Yeah.
like the Hunger Games series.
I really
I'm gonna do once I read the book over the summer. I'm gonna do a little review on the similarities and differences because I think the Hunger Games is one of the best adaptations I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like it's really
The only
accurate,
flaw
well
is
done.
that there's so many good details to try and squeeze in there that they didn't have enough
yeah,
time.
they can't. But that's not really because like compared to like Maze Runner, where we meet characters from the third book in the first movie, I will never forgive them.
Yeah,
It's
that
like
was
the
rough.
worst one I've ever seen. So I'm really looking forward to see it. I don't remember the story all too much, so I'm gonna read it over the summer. And if you want to watch that, go to my channel, Dr. Zombrain. Anyway.
Yep.
Shows.
Excited for that one. Yep. Go ahead. You are spearheading shows here.
Okay. Shows. I didn't know this is a thing. Apparently Nancy Drew has a show. Plot twist. CW
Yeah.
season 4 coming out. Looks cool.
I don't know much
Agatha?
about the whole mystery stuff, so
Yeah. Agatha.
Agatha, I am beyond hyped for that. It's gonna have
That-
musical numbers. Did you see?
No.
It's gonna have musical numbers. Yes.
Let's go.
I'm
I don't.
so excited.
This is just a Google list, by the way, so I don't have the dates for these.
Uh-huh.
Just quickly, just looking over and mentioning some. But Agatha, we both watched WandaVision, and we both have said how much we loved WandaVision. So to
Yep.
see more of that and to see Agatha, I am extremely hyped for that.
Yes. It's gonna be
Um,
fantastic.
Speaking of Marvel, we also have Secret Invasion.
Yep. Which may or
which-
may not be delayed. Don't know right now.
We don't know the specific release date, but it's a show coming
Yep.
out. That's kind of
Trailer
the point
looked
of this whole
fantastic.
episode.
I am
yes,
so
I am
excited
very
for that.
hype. Ironheart.
I don't know where they're gonna take the show for that.
I don't
It's a
either.
character.
No,
I
it's
didn't
another
really
character,
like
it's
her
another show.
suit.
So we'll
her-
see.
Yeah. Power Rangers and Marvel. Let's go.
It looks like the Muppets is getting a show. The Muppets of Mayhem.
Brilliant.
That's cool. That's on Disney Plus. Queen Cleopatra. There's a new Star Wars show.
Which one?
Star Wars Young Jedi,
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
but also Skeleton Crew. Yeah.
Skeleton Crew. That was about clones, I believe.
Probably. I don't know. And this is an anime, but this is very much a Western anime. New Pokemon with the first Pokemon without Ash being the main character.
Yep.
That's why I want
so-
to mention it. If it was just Sun and Moon again, like a show like that, I wouldn't mention it. But this is the first one without Ash Ketchum from Pallet Town.
Yep.
Wanted to be a Pokemon master without him being the main character.
So we will see how this
We'll
performs.
see how it goes, because I do like Ash specifically in his bond with Pikachu. So to have a different character, that is going to very much change the dynamic of the Pokemon show.
Yeah, and
I
it
have
seems
been
like
keeping
they're
up with it,
taking
so-
Pikachu again as the main Pokemon.
So
for
yeah,
at
we'll
least one of the
s-
characters. I can't remember if it was
I
the boy
see
or the
Pokemon,
girl.
yeah.
But
So we'll see. And I've also heard, I don't know, don't quote me on this, the girl is the main character.
the girl,
Is
it's
the new
kind of like
Ash.
a co thing.
Well, there's
Like
always
as far as I know, it's going to be like the two main characters. But yes, I believe she will be the main focus, but he will almost always be there as well.
for this one. He's probably going to be like Go in the current like Pokemon Journeys, which is just the
possible.
companion for this one. Again, I don't know. Don't quote me on that. That's just what I've heard. But again, I just want to mention that because that's the first one without Ash, and I think that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
That's really it. I
I
don't
mean,
really see any.
it's really the
yeah,
start of a new generation.
It is, and it's gonna be weird.
Because like
It's always weird to watch a show for so long and then just completely switch the main character that you're so connected with.
yeah, like literally all of the marketing for Pokemon has been Ash Ketchum and his Pikachu, and now it's gonna be
From
like,
Pallet
okay,
Town,
so now
yeah.
what?
So, again, I'm gonna watch it, and we will let you know.
There.
JJ, will you watch it? Should we do an episode on that? When it
My
comes out?
brothers will inevitably watch it, so I'll probably catch a few episodes here and there.
Yeah, so maybe we'll do an episode on it.
Yeah.
if Nintendo doesn't take us down for doing Nintendo stuff.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Anyway, games. Unless you have any other shows
Games.
that you remember, because that's really
not really, not
I'll
off the
have to-
top of my head.
Because there's a few Marvel shows. Do you know any
Yeah.
DC shows that are coming out? Oh, Gotham Knights. I forgot that's a show.
Probably.
Gotham Knights. That's
Yeah.
another show from CW. So
Mhm.
we'll see.
But
really
yeah,
it.
games. I have
Games.
7 games pulled up here that we can talk about. I don't know
I'm
if
just
you.
on GameStop spot.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
scrolling through.
I just pulled up IGN's page. First one coming out May 25th, real soon. Lord of the Rings Gollum is a game that is actually happening at some
Is it?
point. I did not think Lord of the Rings needed a game like this. From what I hear, it is an RPG of sorts. I don't know if you're going to be able to smack armor on Gollum or anything, but it's going to have a story apparently explaining more about Gollum somehow. Whether or not it's canon is I'm not entirely sure, but
We shall see.
we shall see. It looks like it has potential to be the best Lord of the Rings game that has come out, so we will see.
Is this just INGN Games May and beyond?
Yeah.
Okay.
All
I'm
right.
at the page now.
Next up, I have Diablo 4. This game has been anticipated for 6 years now, I think?
Something. Yeah, it's been a
It's-
while.
A long, long time. Diablo 3 is still a massive game to date.
It's massive. When Dungeons came out for Minecraft, all I heard when I was watching people review it
Mhm.
is connecting it to Diablo 3.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a big deal to make a Minecraft spin-off of it.
Yeah, this is going to be a massive game, and apparently, they're going in depth on all the mechanics. In Diablo 3, your customization extent was you can be a boy or a girl, and then you can transmog your armor. This one apparently is going to have, yes, you can have tattoos on your face and your chest, and you can have, certain muscles. You can, change the face shape, there's going to be a lot of different customizability in it, which is it's almost an interesting choice because you're not really going to see it if it's the same perspective as Diablo 3. It's going to be a very
We shall
top down.
see.
But the
We shall
graphics
see.
are going to be really, really good. A whole set of new abilities, similar classes, but things will be different.
Yeah.
I know nothing about the story, so I'm not going to comment
I
on the
don't know
story.
much
I
about
just
Diablo.
played
I just know
Diablo
it's
for the
big.
gameplay.
I just know it's big.
Yeah.
I do plan on getting it eventually, Diablo 3. So at this, I'm gonna wait a little bit. As most games nowadays, movies are a little different. With most games nowadays, I feel like it's better to wait to buy it than release date for how often they're not very finished.
Yeah.
So it's always better to wait a few months to wait for a patch or two to come out, because even single player games have patches coming out now because they're not finished.
Yeah, my one friend really likes Diablo 3, so I'll probably end up playing it with her when Diablo 4 comes out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, cool.
Okay.
Next up, I have Oxenfree 2. Now, I know you said you didn't know what Oxenfree was, but it came out. Oh gosh, when did Oxenfree 1 come
Probably too long ago.
out? Oxenfree. Release date. Give me 27. Oh wait, no, that's 2016. Yeah, 2016. That was a very long time ago. I played this game on mobile, because it was such a small game. Genuinely, I think this game was 5 or 10 gigs on consoles. So, very surprisingly small. But Oxenfree honestly was a really good game, in my opinion. It was kind of like a choose-your-own adventure, but it changed the more times you played it. So, if you go through it once, it's the story of the game. You play through it again, and the spirits on the island, which is kind of what the game is about, recognize that you're playing the game again. They see you've been here before. They know when you make a different choice or the same choice. The people coming with you change. There's all of it basically questions the aspect of a choose your own adventure, and can you really replay things this many times? What will change, what won't? It was a really innovative game in that whole aspect, in my opinion.
Sounds interesting. So what, this
Yeah.
is 2?
Yeah, Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I probably won't play it, but I'll watch it.
I'll
look
probably
for
end up
someone to
playing it.
watch
I have
it.
a hunch that it might end up on Game Pass. It doesn't say it's coming to Xbox, but I feel like it will. So we will see.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm excited for that one. Immortals of Avium. Now, this one I haven't heard a lot of buzz about because it is a little bit further out. It comes out, I don't know, July 20th, not that far. But it's a FPS magic game. So no guns, no nothing. It's all magic and spells. It's a single-player story game as well. It will probably have a multiplayer mode, but I haven't seen anything about it yet. But I am excited for it. It looks like a visually impressive game. I hope they don't bomb the story because we don't have that many FPS magic games out there in general. So to have a story one, it could be really cool.
It is made by, looks like the publisher is EA. So we will see if there's a multiplayer, how that turns out.
Mm-hmm.
Because EA is not necessarily known for great stuff. So we'll see. Story-wise, I don't know. I don't think EA really has messed up like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, their stories have been good in the past.
Stuff.
Like the Jedi games had good stories. Battlefront, I guess, had a good story. That's what I've been told by people who have played it, but it was just too short. But yeah, EA's stories are pretty good sometimes. So
multiplayer, that's a different thing. So we will see.
Yep. Next up, Ark Survival Ascended.
Oh, new Ark Survival game?
Yes. Featuring Dwayne Johnson as the main character.
You're kidding
me. No, it wasn't Dwayne Johnson. It was, the other guy. Vin Diesel, sorry. I get them mixed up sometimes. Vin Diesel as the main character.
I'm trying to remember his face. I suck at this.
The guy from the Fast and Furious movies.
Huh.
Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. I'm excited for an Ark game that's more formatted. Because if you don't know, when Ark originally came out, it had like nothing. It was one of those games that was kind of built as people played it. So like, yes, they had a story, but that wasn't there day one. The sandbox kind of expanded. Things weren't perfectly optimized, and it didn't have much of a like progression very well. This game is apparently supposed to fix all of that. They're going to go through and basically take all the things that people liked from the first game and then adds a better story and like better progression and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see how it goes. Will I play it? I don't know, but I'm excited to see how this affects the community around it.
I've played Ark 1 and it was pretty good. Not much, like an hour or two, but it seemed like an interesting concept. It just takes a while to get used to everything.
I really liked the aesthetic of Ark 1, like the whole, like, yes, you're in a Jurassic period, but there's this super high technology that you have, like, it's in your wrist, and, like, but it's also all around in these magical spire towers and whatnot.
Yeah,
it was
really
cool. Liked
that
concept.
It was also hard, because I like, with Minecraft, right, and, like, Terraria, it's very, it's grid-oriented, right? You have to place it on this. Ark's not like that, so when I was trying to build a house, it was very hard.
Yeah.
Because it didn't, like, lock into place. So it's hard, but it'll be cool to see a second one. I didn't know there was a second one coming out.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, that's Ark Survival Ascended. So we'll see how that goes. Now time for the heavy hitters. Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, May 12th. We are very close. It literally comes out tomorrow from the date we are recording this, so we will very much see how this goes. IGN, they rounded up here because I saw the score was like 9.7. They rounded it up to a 10 here. 10 is max score. They never give a max score. So, The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom is going to be a legendary game, according to the biggest game reviewing journalist out there.
Of course, have you also seen people criticizing IGN? I watched a whole Moist Critical video on it, and they have some very questionable ratings. So, and we've seen that with movies as well, right? Like, which movie was it that had like a 30% by watchers? Not watchers, by... So, take that with a grain of salt, because they also very much are specific on certain points. So, even as someone who likes Zelda and, you know, really looks forward to this, be skeptical, wait till it comes out and we see more of the public getting it. However, I have touched a good bit of Breath of the Wild, and this is a kind of like a continuation of that. And I'm very much looking forward to... I'm going to be getting a Switch in the next week or two and starting to play Breath of the Wild again. So I will definitely eventually be playing Tears of the Kingdom 100%. So I am very
I do want to call out
excited.
Tears of the Kingdom wasn't supposed to exist. That's why it took so long to come out, because they had no at all intention of making this game. But then when they released Breath of the Wild,
it kind of did really well.
Yeah, they saw, oh, we just made like almost $1 billion on release. Let's make a sequel. So that kind of concerns me, because then the writing might not have come from a very sincere point. I hope that they don't make some bullcrap excuse as to why it's all happening, and it all actually unfolds well. So, I don't know. We'll see there.
Timothy, if you're listening, skip forward like a minute or so.
Yeah.
I've heard that apparently this is going to have a little bit different entities, and there's going to be more puzzle-based, from what I've heard.
That's good.
There's going to be a few different differences. So obviously visually, it is going to be very similar to Breath of the Wild, but it is going to be different from what I've been seeing and been told by people that do know. I haven't really been looking too much into it because I'm going to get spoiled, but I am going to play the game, so I am looking forward to it, so I'm not trying to watch a full playthrough.
Yeah. I'll probably end up watching a playthrough because I don't have a Nintendo device to play it on. Unless I can get Kieran to help emulate it for me, which is technically illegal, but brush by that. Anyways, Tears of the Kingdom.
I'm very much looking forward to it.
It says here on How Long to Beat that it, for all of the side stuff and the story, it's 57 hours.
For Zelda. How much?
57.
Really?
Which seems low to me for the story and all the side stuff.
See, So the other thing with Zelda is I do know a little bit about it. I mostly know Breath of the Wild. So I don't know what a common Zelda game's like.
Here, let me look it up.
Because with Breath of the Wild, it had all the Korok seeds, which were like 400.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what it's counting.
So that's why I don't know. Well, that is part of it. And I don't know if that's like a corny. I don't know what my mind's like. A normal Zelda thing.
Yeah, see here on Breath of the Wild, main story was 50 hours, and that's just the main. For main plus sides, 98 hours, and completionist was 189, which is like all the Koroks and everything.
Yeah.
So 189 hours for completionist. It doesn't have everything on here because obviously it's not out yet. But for just the main story and the sides, like side quests and side stories, DLC, whatnot, 57. And that's the length of the main game's main story.
So here's the other thing. We also gotta, I wonder, when you have stuff like that, is that Nintendo saying that? Or is that how the average of hundreds and thousands, like... So we'll see what it actually takes, because it could take longer, it could take shorter.
Yeah, How Long to Beat is like people playing it and saying how long it took them to beat it.
So we'll see what the average, because I feel like it might be longer or shorter when the general public gets access to it, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Again, like same thing like with the ratings of like the reviewers, you have to take that with a grain of salt. So since the game's not out yet, you cannot... That can't be 100% confirmed until the general public.
I honestly hope they come out with DLC. Like, as much as I would hate that they'd charge people for more DLC, I hope they do, because 57 hours is not a large story for paying $70 on launch and having to have a Nintendo console. It's not great.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah. So hopefully the quality is good.
I do think it's going to be fine. At this point, it's just story and side quests. But again, I don't know what a common Zelda is. So I don't know if a normal Zelda should be taking 200 hours.
Yeah.
It might be more like the roots, like Ocarina of Time.
None of the other Zelda games were like Breath of the Wild. So that was like the first of its kind. It might have been a little bit ambitious for them. Like, I really did not like the Korok seeds. So like, that was so tedious and pesky of them to put in there, especially because there's no way to like find where they are unless you stumble across them. Yeah. So I think
we'll see.
Hopefully they just removed the Korok seeds, and that's why it's so much shorter.
To be determined.
To be determined. Anyways, moving on. Last one I have right here is Spider-Man 2.
Yes.
Oh freaking boy, Spider-Man 2.
Actually, we were talking about this a little bit before we started.
Yeah, we were discussing this a little bit. It is only coming to PlayStation at least on launch.
Which, as a Sony property, makes sense.
Yeah.
What we were talking about is JJ was asking, should I watch it or should I wait for it to come out? And I did a little bit of research, and it looked like it took a little over 4 years for it to come out. But the big thing is COVID, which definitely took up a lot of time. But even then, with it, you can't be for sure or when it's going to come to PC. If it was up to us, we both agree it'd be around a year when an exclusive releases to be released on other devices. But we're not too sure. So...
Yeah. But I'm so excited for this game. It looks like it's going to have a fantastic story. They're bringing Venom into it, which is my favorite Spider-Man villain by far. I'm so excited to see the suits, dude. I love the suits in both the Spider-Man games, so I'm so excited to see those.
Not just seeing the suits, but just getting them. It's just a fun thing to go around and do.
Yeah.
Now, how much do you know about Spider-Man 2? Because
I've been following a good chunk of what's happening.
Is it going to be very similar, like with the towers and everything, like 2018? Like with the towers getting the tokens and everything? For buying the upgrades and everything?
I don't know. Because as far as we've heard, the map is going to be bigger and by a good chunk. So we don't exactly know what they're going to do with collectibles. I hope it stays the same in terms of there's not a bunch of needless collectibles. Like the backpacks, in my opinion... Okay, like that was fine because there wasn't a lot of them. I hope they don't make it so like, yes, every block there's a backpack and you have to go around grabbing every single one.
Like Korok seeds, like just random
don't make them like
tedious,
Korok seeds. That's annoying. I also didn't like how the science stations had multiple stages. Like you have to complete it this fast to get all 3 tokens. That was annoying to me. So I hope they kind of like work on that a little bit. Obviously, there's going to be some sort of time trial, which I hate. I despise time trials. That's a whole nother side rant.
Time trials are great.
Not at all. Don't even with me. But yes, collectibles in the Spider-Man games were actually good, in my opinion. Most of them, at least. So I think as long as they keep it along the same lines as the first 2 games, it is going to be good.
Okay.
But yeah, the graphics are going to be fan-freaking-tastic.
I cannot wait. Buy that and start that up on my PS5.
Ray tracing reflections on a PS5 is going to be fantastic. Imagine the suits with all the like glowy parts on them. They're going to look so good in the environment.
I still need to beat Spider-Man 1.
Yeah, I might want to do that, buddy.
I have time.
Sure.
I'll do it in like a day.
Okay, bud.
Not 100% it, just like the main story.
Yeah. Also, it's worth noting, are you going to play as Peter or are you going to play as Miles?
Both. Neither. Plot twist.
Because, like, they're both there, and in the trailer, we see them both. But, like, I don't see them going couch co-op route, so is he just going to be there?
I'm gonna guess.
Because, like, the extent of having somebody help fight in the first game was they're there and sometimes they'll throw, like, a bomb. Maybe. Like, that was all the assistance you had in fighting most of the time.
I don't see a Spider-Man doing that.
Yeah, I don't see Miles being there like, yes, I'm going to shoot an impact web every, like, 10 seconds. Like, that doesn't make sense. But no couch co-op and probably not online play. Do you get to choose who you play as? In which case, do the suits change completely? Or is it just the same suit for both Spider-Man, just different sizes?
With Spider-Man and Miles Morales, I can see that being it. Because we don't have any news of a Miles Morales 2.0. Did we?
No.
Do you remember if we had news of a Miles Morales? Or is that like a Tears of the Kingdom?
That was like,
really short.
I think Miles Morales was originally supposed to be DLC for the first game, but they retconned that because they already had 3 DLC for the first game, and it ended up being massive, and they wanted suits for him and whatnot. So they were like, you know what? Let's just make it its own game. And they fleshed it out, made the story longer, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think we knew something was coming. Whether or not we knew it was Miles Morales was a different question.
Okay. Because I'm just thinking, like, would this be... Because if they did that, then that could be a really good way to sequel Spider-Man 2018 and Miles Morales. Or Because if they want to make your Miles Morales 2.0, but I don't see them doing that.
Yeah. So like I'm worried to see how they do that. I
know
really
how
don't
Miles
want
Morales
them.
ended, so I don't know chronologically like how that would play out.
My thing is, in the first game, they did have like certain parts where you'd play as MJ or you'd play as like a different character other than Peter. And I'm wondering if they're gonna try and go that route and just have you like every few missions switch characters. Like, yes, now I'm Miles, but then like you're also then swinging around as a different character for a good chunk of the game. And it's like, well, if they keep the suits the same, that doesn't make much sense. But if they don't keep the suits the same, then you're not using the stuff that you work to unlock. Honestly, if you ask me, I hope it's a situation of you choose who you want to play as for the entirety of the campaign.
The only thing is, then that's pretty much making like 2 new games, right?
Yeah, it would impact
Like,
the
I do
story
like
and
that,
like
but
what's the
that-
canon route.
It's one thing to go like, here's an ending that's a little different, but that's like a completely different game.
I mean, here's an idea. What if you choose who you play as, it's a similar situation to Scarlet Nexus, where each character is a different story. Like,
That
sure,
could
they'll
be
have parts
cool.
where they intersect and you're playing like the same fights, and you'll be with the other
See,
Spider-Man
that's
there,
what
but
I'm
like,
thinking, not necessarily that, just like if there's 2, obviously, like we said, I don't see Spider-Man or Miles Morales, because that's the other thing. If you do choose it, what's the other guy gonna be doing? Whether you choose Miles or not, either way, you're gonna have a Spider-Man just kind of sitting there. So what if you go through and maybe one of them's just doing their own thing, and you just kind of cross paths on every once in a while on a mission. So it's like you're playing a Spider-Man, but Miles is fighting his own guy, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna help you for this mission.
which very
And he's
much
completely
increases
separate.
the story time, which I will say is something people complained about in the first and Miles Morales games, is that their campaigns were really short. So it's a great way to like almost double the main story time, having you play both characters with different missions, different like things revolving around them. And
I was thinking I'm not saying like a full game. Like Miles is completely by himself. We don't play, but then every once in a while we just kind of bump into him.
yeah,
like Mission
like in
4.
Scarlet Nexus.
Not like Scarlet Nexus, because you don't play as Miles. I'm not saying that's a completely like you choose to
Oh,
play
you
as
just
Miles.
see him?
You just kind of bump into him, and he's still learning, becoming his own person type of thing, versus
Well,
just
no,
teaming up.
because we know for a fact Peter and Miles are teaming up in this.
Okay, I don't know. I haven't looked into it. So.
Yeah, no. The summary for what we have right now is Marvel Spider-Man 2 continues the journey of both Peter Parker and Miles Morales in their most epic single-player adventure yet. So it is single player.
I think,
But, like-
if we're gonna have both, the only way I can see it then is Scarlet Nexus route, because I just don't see. And if they do it that way, that's just like a lost opportunity then.
Yeah.
Now, if you do, would you rather have it Scarlet Nexus where you completely play it as, or would you rather have it where you kind of bounce back and forth, where maybe Miles is every other mission you're playing as
I feel
Spider-Man,
like it's
every other
more
Miles.
likely to bounce back and forth. I wouldn't like it that way because that means one of them is getting the short end of the stick and you're not going to be able to get costumes for that Spider-Man.
Well, I was about to say, with having to remember Scarlet Nexus, like you get all the same stuff, like DLC, right? Like if I'm buying suits, you get them both, but then you have individual outfits. Would you get individual outfits if you're completely choosing a separate playthrough or bouncing back and forth?
Yeah, see,
Or
bouncing
if
back
I
and forth,
unlock
I don't
the
think you
nano
would.
suit, but do you think you'd still have access to would the
The
other
only
guys
way
still
they
have
could do that
suits?
is if the suits would be the exact same for each of them, which would be kind of underwhelming because they're different characters. Like, Miles had very different suits
And he has slightly
in his
different
game
powers
compared to
too,
Peter's,
right?
yeah. So
So he's
it
gonna
revolves
need
around the
different suits.
character. So I'd say, like, I hope they do go Scarlet Nexus route because then you have a sole campaign where you can unlock and do things with that character and have it be his unique suits and his style, and then you can also do it with Pete. And then
See,
just
the
have
only
certain
thing,
missions
though-
where it's like, okay, who do you want to play as in this mission?
See, the big thing with like choosing like to completely play as Spider-Man or completely play as Miles Morales, if it is a same story, like if they're partnering up, then how often are you going to see Spider-Man just kind of tagging along, or how often are you going to see Miles Morales tagging along? Because I feel like even if you went that way, if that, you know what I mean? Like either way, whether you're just switching people, just playing as Miles for that's the game, or just playing as Spider-Man,
I mean,
I
what
feel
if
like
we have
there's
two
no way to
villains?
really just have
What if we have two villains?
there
Like
could
we
be.
we know Venom is going to be here.
Isn't Deadpool in this?
I don't think so, but honestly, who knows?
I saw something about Deadpool, like in one of the ads. Something about no, it was Deadpool 3. I think it was
Yeah.
Deadpool 3 in the Spider-Man. I don't know. I saw something about Deadpool somewhere.
You know.
Very
But
specific. I know.
Venom is going to be here. He is the main villain as far as we know. He was teased in the end of Spider-Man 1 with Harry is actually going to be Venom, which is an interesting take. We'll see how
Oh.
that goes. But
is.
he is going to be a villain. I don't know who else they could pull exactly, but it would make sense, like, have Miles fight, like, the secondary villain of the game off on his missions if you choose to play as him, and then have Pete fight Venom, and then near the end or several times during the game, those villains could team up together to try and fight
Kind of
both
like a
of
Sinister
them.
Six situation, right?
Yeah. And so that's when our Spideys would intersect, is when both the villains decide to team up and fight.
So you have two things. One, what if it's Carnage? Well, like, not necessarily Carnage, but what if it's another symbiote that Miles is fighting? Like, Spider-Man is fighting Harry, his friend, and Venom. And what if Miles is fighting Carnage or some other symbiote?
I
Maybe
mean, I
that could be
could
the second
see it,
villain,
but
just another symbiote.
It
'Cause,
seems like
it'd just
they're
be really
changing the
weird
symbiote
for, like,
lore too. Because like the
Yeah.
symbiote in this doesn't seem like an alien. Based on what they teased, it seems like something created in a lab by, what's his face, Goblin, Medoodlebot.
Green Goblin,
Yeah, whatever his name was.
Green Goblin,
No, the guy, not Green Goblin.
Doc
the guy.
Ock,
No, the guy that is Green Goblin. The guy.
Norman.
Yes. Thank you. Norman. It seemed like something Norman created in his like secret lab and then applied to Harry. And so
Yeah.
it seems like that's different than what we know about Venom being an alien and whatnot. So I don't know if there is another symbiote or not at the moment.
We'll see. Here's another idea. Crazy, completely out there, but Across the Spider-Verse is also made by Sony, right?
I don't know.
What if it's some side thing that we see in Across the Spider-Verse? Like just a random guy in the background. It's like, that's surprise. Here you go. Because with when this is releasing, right? It's probably going to be later this year, and Across the Spider-Verse is releasing in a few weeks. That gives them enough time to release it, like, tease it in the movie, and then actually have a trailer with the character.
I mean, we
For the
know
game.
that this version of Spider-Man is going to be in the
So that's
movie
what I'm
at
saying. So
some
what
level.
if it's obviously going to be something from the comics, right? Like, it's not going to be completely original, I would think. But if
Yeah.
there's a second character, what if it's in the movie for the first time? I think there's a good chance of that.
It's like in the first game, they already kind of like knocked out the majority of the Spider-Man villains in
Yeah.
terms of who they could use. So Venom
Sinister
obviously
Six.
is the
So
main
Venom-
choice.
And then it could either be someone new, completely new, because it's not like movies won't do that or games anymore. But obviously there's hundreds of Spider-Man comics, so there's definitely more. I think the symbiote makes the most sense. If we're going this route where they each have their own villains, it would make the most sense in my mind to have another symbiote. But we'll see if that's even how it's going to
All
go.
the screenshots we have are looking like it's them next to each other, but there are shots of you playing as Miles and shots of you playing as Pete.
So it's that way. I don't really want to have every other mission be one character, or I don't want to play as one. The other guy just stands there.
yeah.
Look at Fortnite NPCs.
Yeah, honestly, that's the one we know the least about, which is weird because it's almost the most hyped one as well. So
We'll
we
see.
will see how it goes. I mean,
it's
excited
building
for it.
hype, right?
Yeah.
It's building hype, like the wonder and mystery behind the
Yeah.
the campaign. The
All we know is
story.
it's going to be bigger and better, and who the villain is.
and look 10 billion times percent better.
Yeah.
Okay, we got like 4 minutes. Is there anything else you want to cover? We might do a Fortnite episode. Let's just quickly mention it. I forget if we mentioned the last Fortnite episode. Season 3 got delayed a little bit, but as of today, Night Night got updated, which is only used for cross chapters. So I don't think it's a chapter because I do not see anything in the story leading up to it, but that did happen. So we're probably not going to do their Fortnite episode. So just mention that. Any other game? Legends. We got our first Legend already.
This is
Right.
true. This is true.
So that happened. We're getting them monthly. Any other games? How's Jedi doing? Is it been,
apparent-
have you seen it
after the
stable?
patches, it is a bit more stable. I think it's just to the point where my computer can't handle it. So I have not played any further than like the first 2 or 3 hours of story. I met Grease, and that was about it. I'm probably going to purchase it for Xbox once I get that, because it'll look so much better on there
And run better.
and run better. So I'll probably just play it then, and I'll post to my
and for
Instagram as
everyone-
well.
Yeah, for everyone that doesn't know, JJ's getting an Xbox because we've given up on the computer.
Yeah, this laptop, it's not running new games.
good, but like all the new games with all the new graphics, like Unreal 5 with Fortnite and everything, it's just killing him.
Yeah, it's
It's
good
just-
for
it's
games
dying.
that came out before it did.
Yeah,
And now that
but as
there
the
are new
games are
games,
getting
it's
intense
not
and everything. He's just gonna be getting a new Xbox.
Yeah.
Which one was it? X.
Yep, Series X.
So he's gonna actually be able to run smoothly.
Yeah, it'll be nice. It'll be nice.
So for the people that don't know, I'm still on my PS5. I'm gonna be getting a new monitor and a new controller soon,
Hey,
though.
we'll
That's
be
gonna
next
be great.
gen buddies.
Woo! And with that, that's all we have today, unless there's any other things you want to mention. I think that's really it.
Yeah.
We talked about games, we talked about shows, I talked about my anime. We've mentioned your console for the viewers, that way they know.
Yep. Go follow me on Instagram. I'll be posting all the new games I play and what I think
I'm
about
going to
them.
be away for the summer, but follow
I'm
my
Junior Wolf
YouTube because I'm going to be
2006.
doing shorts on as I get more and more stuff for my setup and I rearrange stuff. I'm going to be doing setup shorts, which is going to be great. And yeah,
Yeah.
Dr. Zombrain, he's Junior Wolf, and this is
Your mother.
Nerd. No, you're going to say nerd and I was going to say rant. Come on, we're supposed to be on the same page.
I was. That was
And-
the page.
With the page
Go, Chong.
finished, we close the book.